to Digging Into the Bible. My name is Jim Barnard. This is a production of Tiller Coaching. All right, well, it is day 30, a nice, good, round, even number. So good to be with you. We are starting Matthew chapter 12 today, and yesterday we heard about how Jesus desires to give us rest, especially those of us who are heavy laden. And I think that's all of us. I mean, that's at least me, so I'm into it for sure. I mean, one of the best ways that Jesus gives us rest is through this spiritual discipline of the Sabbath. It's this weekly ritual of spending a day of rest with him. It's probably not just good enough to just have a day of rest, but having that day of rest with him is the distinctive. So that's what the topic is today. Of course, the Pharisees show up and muck it all up, just like they do. So with that as the backdrop, let's go ahead and get going. Let's dig into Matthew chapter 12, starting at verse 1. At that time, Jesus went through the grain fields on the Sabbath. His disciples were hungry, and they began to pluck heads of grain and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said to him, "Look, your disciples are doing what is not lawful to do on the Sabbath." He said to them, "Have you not read what David did when he was hungry, and those who were with him, how he entered the house of God and ate the bread of the presence, which it was not lawful for him to eat, nor for those who were with him, but only for the priests? Or have you not read in the law on how the Sabbath, the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are guiltless? I tell you, something greater than the temple is here. And if you had known what this means, I desire mercy and not sacrifice, you would not have condemned the guiltless, for the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath." He went on from there and entered their synagogue. And a man was there with a withered hand, and they asked him, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" so that they might accuse him. He said to them, "Which one of you who has a sheep, if it falls into a pit on the Sabbath, will not take hold of it and lift it out? How much more value is a man than a sheep? So it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath." Then he said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." And the man stretched it out, and it was restored, healthy like the other. But the Pharisees went out and conspired against him, how to destroy him. All right, so this is the second instance of Jesus interacting with the Pharisees and him saying this: "I desire mercy and not sacrifice." The NLT puts it into this language. They say, "I want you to show mercy and not offer sacrifices." Mercy is so important. The sacrifice thing is secondary for Jesus. And, sacrifice or discipline, that is what the Pharisees are about. They love to show how great they are at both of these things. And it's just so distasteful. They are using the Sabbath strictly as a sacrifice and not as a merciful thing, which means they're finding victory in the discipline itself and not in the outcome of it. It's kind of pointless. I mean, think about it. Hey, look how good I am at sitting. Yay. I just don't get it. It makes no sense. It's dumb to me. The Sabbath is such a good thing for the soul. So the next thing I think is dumb is the Pharisees' response to Jesus. Their question that they're asking him to try to trap him of, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath? And man, Jesus is going to say either yes or no to this, and it's going to start a controversy. But Jesus is so good. He comes up with the best possible answer. So let me see. This is verse 11. He said to them, "Which one of you who has a sheep, if it falls into a pit on the Sabbath, will not take hold of it and lift it out?" And I think Jesus asked this question and then just sat there and waited for a reply and didn't get one, because either you're going to say yes or no to that and it's going to start a controversy. It's brilliant. I love it. Jesus is just so good at that. These crickets is just like a work of art. So Jesus, says to this hobbled man exactly what he wants the Pharisees to learn to do. And it says, "Stretch out your hand." That is such a statement of mercy. That is, what we should be doing is reaching out our hand to others. Instead, the Pharisees seem to want to do what is right, not what is righteous. There's a difference there. If you're into just what's right, as opposed to righteousness, that's not awesome. They they want to prove how right that they want to be, especially at the end, how they went out and conspired against him, how to destroy him. They're going to get him. Well, that's not really going to work in the end. And so we'll see that as this book goes along. But I don't know. I'm going to leave you with this thought. If loving Jesus is right, I guess I don't want to be righteous. Ooh, how about that? All right, so I hope you are doing well with this concept of mercy and the concept of righteousness, because it is so vital. Jesus wants it so badly for us. All right, so that's all the time I have. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will see you tomorrow as we continue on with Matthew chapter 12. See you then.